hero, because he's gonna be the one creating the chaos. Also, Lifestealer can infest him, so it's really easy to close the gap and kill the Arc.
This is not where you would normally typically expect to see an Arc Warden. You'd think, oh, you're playing against range carries like, TB in the past with Metamorph. Arc Warden was like one of the counters to Terrorblade. But against these melee heroes that two of which have gap closes, or Timber just doesn't care anyways, because it's more about the ability to delay the game and stall with like split push and clone to just shove out lanes and be annoying. We'll see just how that fares. So Pugna in action. This has always been one of Topson's heroes typically as well. There's a chance we see some kind of like a Pugna Magnus 3-4, but I would lean much more towards Pugna being the mid here.
Yeah, it looks like it's Pug mid. They can still swap things around. A lot of sustain with Pugna's life drain and Jug's healing ward.
Yep. And then bad Invoker, so they're actually considering, well, I was going to say considering Pugna being a 3 position and then a mid hero, but OG ran 4 position Invoker. They had Jerex played as a support, and that's not the only support Invoker we've seen. There's been a couple.
Team Secret also played.
Yes, yep, sorry. For this Quazwex Cold Snap 4 position Invoker. Very pesky.
5 seconds remaining.
And that would have actually fit quite nicely behind the Magnus. Band looking at. Kunga's looked really good this turn.
For sure. Ganka is the hero that you get 2 bracers, you become so tanky, and once you hit level 6, they need to bring 2, sometimes even 3 heroes if they want to kill you. Otherwise, you're not dying. The magical resistance from 2 bracers and the HP plus a rum.
Yeah. You're super tanky. None of your spells cost that much mana, so playing Kunka into Pugna, you feel good about it, and you have multiple ways to cancel his life drain.
Even if you get stomped, let's say, between 2nd and 4th minute, you can always just X-mark yourself, TP back, play around the shrines if it needs. You have enough sustain.
Go. This guy always makes his way back into TI. Disappear throughout the year. Not that he has disappeared throughout the year, but for one of the iconic TI heroes. It's likely Jerex playing him. G thinking it is the absolutely perfect pick for this game.
So they need a mid hero. It looks like it's definitely Pugna mid. They know the matchup.
Are you looking for a lane counter, or just want something that fits your draft if you're
Pug could be a good pickup for this. Yeah, something elusive, because they don't have a lot of lockdown. There's an Earthshaker, yes, but he needs to commit hard to act.
Okay. So we'll see Sumail playing Ember Spirit, one of the more prominently picked heroes of this tournament. The flexibility between Ember being a mid laner as well as a safe laner, part of that, but also just a all-around strong hero that comes online nice and early with this max sleight of fist that you can just spam. The constant damage adds up throughout a team fight. For a G, Shaker Magnus is not really the scariest of dual lanes. If anything, you're just maybe looking at Shaker like pulling waves or messing with the creep equilibrium using fissure. Doesn't really feel like that dual lane that's going to actually be
there's not going to be too much kill potential on that lane, unless they get a good block and then maybe secure under the tower. But as you mentioned, they'll probably try to drag the creeps under their tower, just farm up and focus on the top lane. There's a lot of kill potential since you can use the Ink Swell on magic immune units now, so spin plus Swell, pretty deadly.
Yeah, probably would be a big part why they wanted it, because it is going to be a 5 position on 4 that we saw last game. But you got to imagine this game, Arteezy sees this lane, he's probably thinking, I'm free farmed. You're playing Sven into a Shaker Magnus lane, there is nothing they can do to contest your farm. It's probably looking a happy farm of this game, and you can have Fly, this is one of those 5 positions that loves to stack the jungle camps as well, so should be a good game. I feel like EG to me have a better, more well-rounded draft. That's more in their comfort zone. It's not just about, how their draft match up against their opponents, but this feels much more like an EG style of draft.
I have a theory Like, if a Baron can get Aghanim Scepter here, you shoot coils to get Ags.
Okay.
So you just need to be around the RP, and then I don't think anyone's gonna die if it comes to that one point where you can get the Ags. There's always a better item choice, especially for the start, but...
Groups, you know. Perfect. Starting with
Prepare for battle.
I mean, these are two teams you wouldn't expect to see eliminated from the groups.
Definitely not, but EG right now is in a really tough spot. They won 1 out of 5 games.
Yeah. So they need some wins. Plenty of Dota left to be played. You play, what, 16 games total, right? You play against 8 other opponents, 2 games? Yeah, you play 16 games total. So they've still got 11 games. 4-day groups. It's a it's a marathon. This isn't a sprint. You can have a bad day 1. You're still fine. What? Tower shot casually. Has a crown starting item. Thompson going all in on the early game stats, looking to rush that Veil, of course.
That's an interesting build.
Normally, yeah, null talisman, of course, yeah. But he's just gonna get a faster Veil, slightly less damage, but you can use Nether Blast for the last hits. What's Seb gonna do? Is he gonna level up the skewer to secure this rune, or?
And we're clear for...
Seb, can he get it? The stun is there, and he's gonna lose that bounty rune. While
it's gonna be 2 for 2.
No, it was 3 for 1. S4 stole one. Ran in, it looks like, and grabbed the enemy ones.
Wow, I don't think EG knows how to count to 3, but they got 3 runes.
EG, they know exactly. 3 is their number. It's Valve now.
Yep.
3.
Dark Willow. Also starts with Sage Mask.
Bassi. So it won't be the Abaddon who gets the Bassi, but... on Dark Willow. So as we come to expect, a lot of these off-lane dual lanes with Bassi Ring, Willow with the Abaddon. They've got the Aphotic Shield early. One way play against this lane, perhaps, is they're just going to have such great defensive capabilities with the Aphotic Shield, and you've got the Shadow Realm on the Dark Willow. Willow who does manages to block that pull camp. No-Tail coming in with the Stroke of Fate, trading hits here, looking to push crit out of this lane. He's got a vision support here. They could find themselves with an early first blood if they get a couple more right clicks and a Stroke of Fate. One more right click with a Stroke of Fate. He may not even need it. He does need it because there's an Aphotic Shield, and that's going to save Crit's life, as Ana also helps to zone out forward some extra right clicks, so they don't get the kill. S4 came in just in time.
And Juggernaut has crit level 1 instead of a spin. Okay. Because he's just trading hits against the melee hero.
This is something, yeah, we see sometimes in these melee versus melee matchups where the crit as single target damage is better than the spin. Level 1, you don't necessarily go for the kill. You don't even have any points in the ink swell yet, so Ana just wants that 20% crit chance. Brambles went out, try and mess with some of the last hits and secure this lane a bit, but here comes Jerax with these crits. If he gets the block in, he blocks his forward, doesn't hit him with the stun, but he's completely surrounded. Now he levels up the spin. Yeah, look for this kill, but Jerax is very low. The Stroke of Fate is there, and Ana should be able to get the first blood. Gets the kill just before No-Tail goes down. That's a shared bounty.
Nice little sidestep from Abaddon to not get stunned at least, but with that block, there's nothing he can do about it. Ember Spirit picked up a haste rune on the mid lane.
Scariest of things, perhaps, but see a full-on tri-lane from OG. Thompson, is he going to get killed here by Sumail? The decrypt is there. The Nether Blast, 1 or 2 more right clicks. Thompson has a tango. He tried to go for the tree block. Oh, that would have been so good if it worked.
Ember Spirit had a Quelling Blade, so I don't think that would have mattered. And now Ember Spirit has enough money to buy a bottle after this creep.
Doesn't have to go for that suicide to tower play that you often see when these mid solo kills happen. Thompson tries to find the D ward mid, but guesses wrong, and the Dire ward is on the other side as bottom lane. They get another kill on S4. This tri-lane finding a lot of action early on. Dire Vision. 2 Dire wards around this mid lane. Really want to make sure Sumail doesn't get pressured in too bad of a time early on.
And Sumail flies out the courier to the side shop, to the secret shop to actually get a bottle faster. Meanwhile, in the top lane, it's Seb who's alone. A lot of kill potential from Bane and Sven. He can't really TP out.
He's having a good start until that death, though. He's got 9 CS. He's level 3.5, so despite the death there, it has been an okay lane, considering it's a 1v2. Crep. Extra fissure damage as Thompson doesn't go for the Nether Blast. I think knowing that the Sleight of Fist can be used to dodge that Nether Blast. We're seeing it again here as bottom lane Ana actually goes down. Prince Dark Willow. Seeing that kill.
They need to control the runes. Both of the mids. Okay, actually, Thompson bought a helm instead of a bottle.
Really rushing Sveil. He's going to have it before he even hits level 6. So he's looking to set some records on fastest Veil timing, it seems. Mid? Uh-oh, he's in trouble. Throws out the decrep to put female back, but fly up to. This is probably jungle stacks. You know, you've got a Sven on your team. Sven doesn't really need too much help to free farm this lane anymore, but if you want to fully step out of the lane, you definitely can't see Sven do that alone, but the priority may be much more on just giving our TZ farm, and yeah, Fly's just like, alright.
I think Fly's just gonna stack some camps, go for the bounties. Seems like it's gonna be, again, 3 for EG.
Bounty.
2, 3. Fly got some stacks along the way. There was a Shaker Illusion where you could have done some stacks with, but it looks like he was prioritized more on those bounty runes at the time. Hero back to the high ground. Save gets back to safety. Things settling down here in the lane stage, but EG 2k gold lead already. This laning stage has been very favorable for them with the kills they're getting, the farm they're securing. Sven, RTZ absolutely free farming, but they've got to be careful. Here comes Ana again in this bottom lane. He's got the Ink Swell stun, and 1 or 2 more right clicks might be enough, but the stun immediately dispelled off by the Aphotic with the Blade Fury allowing him to chase through the Shadow Realm. The damage from the magic is enough. Ana gets the healing ward in the trees here, so he's healing up, but he's completely trapped and surrounded. He's trying to turn and fight. The healing ward, not enough there, just level 1. And now No-Tail, he needs to be careful himself.
No-Tail's dead.
No.
The first Shaker doesn't have a Fissure. He does.
Got a totem followed up by a Fissure. They are looking to turn this one. No-Tail with the Inkswell stun. He's got 1 kill. He's getting a second. This healing ward is causing all kinds of procs. The stroke of fate as well. No-Tail with the double kill.
Abaddon had the Aphotic Shield ready.
Oh, he just completely underestimated the damage as well as the Inkswell. The stats
actually huge. No-Tail got 2 kills. Now he's sitting at the 1,000 gold 6 minutes in.
So much for being a 5 position. He's going to immediately turn that gold just into wards and boots, but still. That healing ward was so underrated as well. I don't even know if they realized the healing ward was there because they killed Ana despite it doing some healing. But it came into play later on for those supports. Managed to get the better of the EG aggression. 7 Ember Pugna. Well, 7 himself.
I mean, someone should post this on Reddit. Check the hero. Whose hero is this? If you just cut off the Pugna, branch and the whale, TI edition.
Guess the MMR. We would not expect. Yeah, I mean, this is just a new style of play and build coming out from Thompson.
Thompson was always a guy who was inventing things in Dota.
Yes, he plays Dota his way. And that's something I think OG have always really liked with players they picked up. When they picked up Ana, was something they said, it's like, this guy just plays Dota his way. He's not just looking to follow the meta, he's looking to kind of create the way heroes are played. And Thompson, he took that to the next level. His Invoker, the Meteor Hammer Invoker, probably the one that he's most well known for. Kind of inventing. Here he is with a Naked Veil plus single branch. He's now turned that into some ground boots.
Now they should know something is up. Bane.
You'd expect a ward somewhere. The question is, will you find it on this hill?
They have a sentry on the hill, so they know it's not there.
Radiant's bottom tower
Down bottom, it looks like this is a lane that OG have kind of had to vacate a little bit. really spend much time contesting it. And it's just going to be falling back to the jungle, I imagine. Mid lane, Thompson, been gone on here. He's got the life drain. He's trying to get the Willow, but Willow gets out of range for it, so he will end up going down at the Sleight of Fist. Nice attempt by Thompson to turn it around. Going for the life drain on a hero that was at such a long range that it could be easily broken.
K-Strun at bottom. If Ember Spirit gets that, Bane is just guarding it. He can easily gank the side lane.
Uh-oh, no tail. This is not a lane you want to really be in at this point if you're OG, but that's why they send their 5 position down there.
Yeah, that's going to be a free tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
His job is just to try and defend this and keep it alive as long as possible using Stroke of Fate, but EG understanding that, punish him and followed up by claiming a tier 1 tower. TZ with the last hit. That's almost his Midas complete. 9-minute Midas phase booth wand. Really good timing on his items. His top lane just found another kill.
RP used, I mean, it's 9-minute mark, you're gonna use it to get a single kill. Same goes for Enigma and the Black Hole. Whenever it's ready, if you can get something happen, you should do it.
No tails here, the scan connected, so TZ is looking to come in from behind it. They're just gonna go diving for this kill. Sleight of Fist to start with some damage. The Fissure will catch them out a little bit here. Remnant on forward, Arteezy's got the stun, and this should be a dead No Tail. Goes for one last Stroke of Fate, but won't get a chance to throw it out before he dies. Ran it. Base for an Ember.
But he's out of mana.
Oh, he jukes it. Sumail with the read. Sees the 2 pump fakes and jukes the actual totem, but that was a dropping fast. Thompson, it's up to him to come in and respond to this one. There is a Fissure. S4 has got the level 6. He can level up the borrowed time, and yeah, he's going to choose to do so. But he's been stunned up, and I think he may just die here if he's not careful. He does have the stun from Arteezy to help him out. Thompson is still looking to chase. Nether Blast is there, but there's no life drain, so
Raindrop.
Yep.
And the Bracer will keep him alive. He also has a flask, and the backpack will heal himself fully. Bounty rune spawning.
All bounty rune. That was 4
bounties for EG.
Okay, and yeah, Anna was not able to get either of those top ones. It was crit both. Unlike last game, this time around it's EG with a much better laning stage. And it's not necessarily entirely off of aggression, although we have seen Arteezy move around the map from top down to bottom to push to mid. But it's very much around also balancing out the aggression with farming. Arteezy with the Midas, the stacks as well in the jungle. They are playing nice and efficient Dota as well. Thompson, he's really deep here.
He's really dead.
Yeah.
Out of the position, trying to make too much happen. EG, 4,000 net worth lead with 11 minutes in. But they have 2 supports who can't really shout out the waves. These are like 2 worst heroes.
Anna, TP's in. Blade Fury on to get himself out of a carrier's position. And you know, OG's lineup, you're looking at Empowered Jug, you're looking at defending with RP. This is the kind of draft that will play from behind, and all it takes is one teamfight to turn this game.
Exactly, but there's this uncontested Sven who has Hand of Midas, level 9. It's going to be a really different game from what Arteezy had in game number 1.
This is not going to be the Arteezy struggle that we had. Game 1, it was like he knew he had to fight as a gyrocopter, and the fights they were taking weren't working out for them. So he wasn't farming, he wasn't getting kills, but this time around, he's getting kills and he's farming creeps. He's 3-0-2 while having stacks to farm and taking over the jungle as well. Mel also 3-0-2 on his Ember Spirit. The G core duo having a fantastic start here.
You can see what kind of game OG is playing right now. Okay. I mean, they don't have a single observer ward over the river.
Going in on No-Tail here with the grip here. No-Tail staying alive here. The RP comes just to cancel that grip, although was about to wear off. Sumail's going to be a little bit careful. Gets caught by the Inkspell stun. Is he going to go for this kill? Has a Sleight of Fist. Cancels the salve. Sumail isn't going to commit for the kill. Dire lose that courier. Man, I believe tower shots just finished him off. And Sumail has remnants here. What's he up to? Plenty of mana just to remnant away, and I don't think they're going to be able to get this kill. Sleight of Fist, remnant away. A courier kill, no hero kills.
So Arteezy full Echo Saber. He's actually missing Ogre Axe.
But he's gonna have to.
Or it could be a full Echo Saber.
Tower faces a stiff wind.
Because he might just queued up Ogre Axe for BKB.
Skewing. He's back towards his tier 1 mid tower. Should be able to maybe bring him down when this borrowed time ends, but I don't think they want a hard commit for this one. They are throwing nukes here. They still want this S4 kill. I just want him with the Blade Fury, but they haven't got the kill. They're going to be forced to back off. Omni Slash still available, but if you commit that Omni Slash aggressively, you're probably dying. Unsure if you even get the kill.
The probability of winning to be above 99%.
Tails confident. I don't know if friend Dota Plus agrees. It
Radiant
says 39%.
enemy.
Dota Plus thinking things are a
They
bit
need
more
only
EG
60%
favored.
more, huh?
No Tails like, I did the math.
OG does not want to take a fight right now. They want to finish the items. They want any item on Seb. He's going for Pipe, and Earthshaker needs 1,000 gold to finish off his Blink Dagger. Right now they're in a really spot where they just want to farm. With the Empower on Jug, get a couple of items.
Yeah, just going from neutrals to neutrals. Wants to get that, at least Manta style as a defensive tool. For EG, you know, you can match this farm. If anything, you can kind of outpace it with the Sven Midas, although the Echo Saber being removed also does make that harder. And Thompson, again, finds a kill on crit here in the mid lane. This early Veil with the damage jam
Dire's top tower is
causing a lot of problems. Bold move into this enemy jungle, just trying to scout out some of these stacks to see what's going on. Sven's turning this on with the stun though. They got any follow-up lockdown? Doesn't look like it. The Bane not quite here, at least not right now. Jerk's charging on forward, has the turn. They're trying to bait up this borrowed time. Echo Slime comes in, doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Barely clips Arteezy and S4. Borrowed times it off here as Arteezy does pop the Godstrike. He's going to look to go in and find the Stewart is there, followed by an RP with the Fear. It stops the Omni Slash. That saves their lives here. They could still look to turn this one around. Anna goes in with the Healing Ward, but without the Omni Slash on the RP, crit saves the day. The Healing Ward gets sniped as well by Sumail. He does manage to dodge the stun from the Stormbolt here as Anna goes charging forward here. The Blade Fury damage should be enough with the Omni Slash follow-up. He doesn't even need the Omni Slash. He finds it now. He gets the double kill. Anna playing this fight so incredibly well in the back lines. Speed Nightmare up though.
Sumail
Like Jason kill. Looks like Anna's going to be back to safety as Sumail. Yeah, he's going to slide a fist down the pug now. Sumail on a mega kill streak.
Sumail can do whatever he wants in this fight because he has a Baron behind him to back him up with the Aphotic Shield and nice grip from the Bane, but from the high ground. But this is not the target that you want to go for.
It was OG coming out on top of that fight in terms of gold though, even though it was a 3 for 2.
Once Mag uses the RP, you do not want to focus him after that.
It was such a good fear coming out from Dark Willow. If not for that, Anna had an Omni Slash, or even just right clicks top of the RP. That would have been such a good team fight for OG. And so, Anna's very happy with the outcome. He got 2 big kills in that fight. Sven and Abaddon. He killed 2 cores. That's why OG got so much gold out of that, despite it being a 2 for 3 trade, numbers favoring EG as far as the kills, total kills go.
Dire have the spyglass at hand.
Anna has a Diffusal Blade right now, so that's going to help him out to have the extra slow, extra kill potential on whoever. Crit. Has Yule Scepter. This Dark Willow will be really hard to kill, especially with a Baron on the team.
They have got several nukes that can go through the Shadow Realm. I mean, they have a lot of nukes. I mean, every hero has spells that go through it, in fact. Blade Fury, Stroke of Fate, Fissures, Shockwaves, Nether Blast. But it's still a Willow. It's still a very pesky, annoying. Vlad's picked up by S4, so it's going to be just seeing all those teamfight items coming out from the offlaners. S4's Abaddon and even the Magnus, the Hood completed, looking for that fast pipe. Now bottom set, could be in some trouble here. Yeah, Mules into Bramble. They pop the God Strength. Instantly the tips come into play.
Yeah, I don't think they needed the God Strength, but still. They're just gonna pressure the bottom tower a little bit. These two supports from EG, they're not good at killing creeps, but they're really good at killing every single time the ulti is up at a Fiend's Grip, or when you have a Bedlam. Now he has a pretty easy setup with Curse Crown into Yule Scepter.
EG want this tier 1 mid tower, but they lost their creep wave. Instead, we may just see them. Yeah, he knows there's a ward there. The tower hit should not have reached him, so the ward gets revealed, but it also expires. So EG will not find any D-ward money for themselves. Tier 1 mid tower claim, so both teams losing their tier 1 mid, such a crucial tower and objective to be looking for.
Double damage, Jug, Smoke.
Right into Roshan they go. Do Dire know this? I think there's a Radiant pings coming out. I don't believe EG actually...
They don't know what's happening.
Yeah. There's such good Radiant vision, and Sep's positioned on the outside of the pit. He wants to be able to, you know, scout your...
Now they know that.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be too late.
Thompson.
Fear.
Heads himself out. They need to get that Fear in soon. I believe they're going to be a little bit too late here. Can Crit get in on time? He's got a Blade Fury as well if he needs to use it. Anna's trying to get it low. There is going to be a Remnant into the pit. He comes in too late. Anna's already got it. Anna picked up the Aegis as well as the Roshan kill. And OG want to take this fight. Now they've got Naves. They take out the Dark World inside the fight. Arteezy comes in the backline, goes on the Pugna, but the problem is he's got no solution to the decrypt. There's no BKB. He's being RP'd now as well. The RP catches out a couple here. Anna charging forward. He's still got Omni Slash, but he doesn't want to commit on Sumail, but he does once he's burned his mana. He knows there was no fire running out. He burned his mana with the Diffusal Blade. He's killed off 3. S4 now in trouble. No borrowed time available. They're killing him one by one. Jarek tips S4. I think they know this Swede has no escape to the Diffusal Blade slow. S4 is going to be the 4th casualty. Arteezy got RP. He does survive, but that's because OG were focusing on the rest of the kills.
It's a really risky play, but I think Dark Willow should have gone for Terrorize inside the Roche pit after that. Tried to use the Bramble to get some vision, but also Sumail went in with the Remnants to get a Roche kill, maybe even get the Aegis, but Anna still has the Aegis. Now they're gonna pick up 4 bounties. Jarex has a Blink Dagger and an ulti. They can still take this fight.
Yeah, it's like there's bounties that spawn, and I think part of them is like, oh, we're gonna fall back and get bounty runs, but then they're also like, wait, we're really strong right now. Let's take a fight, maybe. The Blink Dagger position on the high ground stops Fly from entering his own jungle, but it does look like, yeah, they're gonna reset. They're gonna fall back, take some bounty runs.
Are scanning for enemies.
They should try and take another fight while they're still weak.
Tower is under attack.
Or they can wait for Mags, RP, and the Pipe can just need to use the Courier. 40 seconds until next RP. Do they have another smoke? They do.
To take the plug.
And also Grimstroke hit the level 10 a couple of minutes ago, so he's good to play this game. I feel like the supports with GPM
Radiant's
talents
bottom tower faces a
are
stiff wind.
probably the strongest ones. Ogre, Wyvern, Grimstroke.
Is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower
Grimstroke's happy camper with his GPM talent.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Anna, a contested tier 2 tower top. Sven doing what he can mid. He's got the Blink Dagger, so not the easiest tier to go find. Arteezy, it feels like the same problem as last game. A very different game overall, but it's this BKB timing of his that just comes a little bit too late. He needed it like for that fight there in order to take a team fight.
Either that or Abaddon needs to take care of him.
Yeah. And again, he can't really defend. He's gone in on the backlines here. He's looking for the Pugna. Can he finish him off? Thompson. He's got his decrypt to help him out. He's got the ward on the high ground as well as a life drain. He's got the double life drain as well with the soul bite. He's healing so much because of this. S4's borrowed time comes up, but Thompson's back to full health. And they've lost the Shaker though, but OG still want to take this fight with the Aegis in hand. Fortunately for them, EG repositions on the high ground. The 2-man stun coming out with the Stormhammer, and Arteezy's absolutely deleted 7. The Aegis popping on Anna means he could be in trouble when he comes out of this one. There's no feed script to deal with him. The Omni Slash is there. He's bouncing around. He's not actually going to get the bounce to the 3 heroes. He goes for the Blade Fury TP instead.
They're
That
still
Omni Slash-
chasing. Do they have it? Yes. There's the Yule Scepter.
And EG, ultra kill for Arteezy. Well, you mentioned he needs Abaddon to take care of him. Arteezy just says, I'll take care of myself. He hits multiple hero stuns with his Stormhammer, catches out the backlines. Really well played team fight by Arteezy.
Yeah, OG positioning in this particular fight was not that good. Also, Jarex got caught before he could get
Radiant's middle
an
tower
echo off.
Yeah.
handled this
Chug only did 500 damage. That Omni Slash, it was a Abaddon that was, I think, or something. He just did no damage there. And the other 2 heroes that were nearby were just ever so slightly out of range, so he didn't actually bounce them with the Omni Slash. the fight OG were hoping for.
But this is exactly what they need. EG punished that mistake from OG. Also, there was a really good fear on top of it. It was a 3 or 4-man fear.
And it's a fight where we didn't see the high impact ultis of OG. There was, you know, the
No
RP,
yeah.
the Echo Slap. Jerix was the first to die. Seb never found an RP, doesn't Blink Dagger in. It feels like those are tools that they need to find a way to have them come into play in these team fights. As much as it looked good, like Thompson with that double life drain with the soul bind, healing himself back up to full, it felt like Arteezy's initiation.
Put a sentry ward. The lanes, bottom lane is not pushed out. Top and middle lane is a decent spot. But there's a counter smoke from EG.
Leading the way with that Blink BKB now. So this next fight's with the BKB, and that's where it gets even harder. Gotta protect their... Magnus or Shaker needs to get off a good ultimate. Ideally both. Oh, they saw that ward get planted, I want to say. And yeah, they know exactly where they are. Ana just goes charging in forward, gets the slow from the defusal. Hibbit, called.
If someone asked you what inhibit is, would you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a item connoisseur when it comes to Dota. Active barrier, that's... But yeah, inhibit's one of those really random ones. Veil call. Magic weakness. For that. I just thought you just veil someone, but apparently you use magic weakness on them.
The rune of invisibility.
Smoke is not actually smoke, it's disguise.
Wow. You should stop, guys. I'm feeling really stupid right now.
I didn't know this. I was feeling stupid. I read these, I'm like, what? I just thought it was the active was called smoke. BKB's active called Avatar? Did you know it's called Avatar? I feel like this has just changed, right? Surely it wasn't. This hasn't always been Avatar.
Soul Ring active called Sacrifice.
Okay.
Well, that makes a lot of
Oh,
sense.
smoking, Ana leading the way, finds Fly. He's going to instantly delete him. As Arteezy jumps to the backline to get the 2-man stuff, but the RP is there just to come around. The Omni Slash is going to go on through doing some good damage here. Fear looking for the backline, will catch out a couple, actually catches out Ana as the Omni Slash wears off. But Arteezy is so incredibly low, looking for a blink out, I imagine. Or even a blink back in. Thompson, he gets killed off by Arteezy Stormhammer. Jug. Looking for gun down crit here. Ana needs a couple more right clicks, but he's being gripped up now. Skewer is there, cancels the Fiend's grip. Nicely played by Magnus, keeping him alive. As that's going to force out a Remnant just to escape here. Seb charging on forward. They should be able to at least finish off the Bane here. And Jerix knows that's a dead Bane. He's looking for more. He blinks past, but there's no fresh targets to go for.
I think EG is fine with that. Even though Bane died back there, they still forced the buyback out of Pagna.
Okay.
And I love what Ana did there. He instantly uses Omni Slash on Sven, so he can't take the fight. Even though he popped the God Strength, he was on half HP, can't really come back, especially if Abaddon is not healing him.
They're still going to try and push this one. They pull back the Pugna, but they feel confident. And on the front lines is just so tanky with this Skadi Manta style. Just getting a tier 3 tower will allow them to take some shrines as well. Ana goes for the Blade Fury, doing what damage he can with the Nether Blast. He'll actually look to commit onto Arteezy, who doesn't have God Strength still, so some good damage being dealt here with the Siege Creep and the Nether Blast. His tower's down to 260 health. Ana wants back in, he wants to finish this one off, and he's going to succeed.
Healing Ward is ready.
Don't have to force it and go for the Raxay OG. They're going to back off and go for these shrines. Prioritizing that top shrine, the ones near Roshan.
Roche will spawn in 30 seconds. That's a quick spawn. We're gonna have their ultis up for when the Roche spawns.
Talk about supports with GPM. Dark Willow hits level 15 and gets hers.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
They're not willing to hard commit for the shrine. They drew some Nether Blast, but Ana did not want to right click it as knowing EG have God Strength back up. That was very much the timing. They go for that high grab push. Those 20-30 seconds without God Strength then. As a result, G could not defend their tier 3. But this Roche fight is going to be so hotly contested. Fighting around Roshan, this is where buybacks really come into play. And Pugna, buyback on cooldown means Thompson has to play this Roche fight incredibly cautiously. Sumail's just going to go rendering in. They get the two-man route. Is there a few to follow it up? You betcha. Catch it up too. Jarrett's is in trouble. He's been taken out by Arteezy. Instantly comes back, but they've also lost No-Tail, who does not have a buyback. And Thompson, we talked about his buyback stats. He's dead for 75. This could be EG securing themselves Roshan. Anna's been slept up. Is there a Fiend script? It's on cooldown. It's already been used. Anna's got the Blade Fury.
Anna still has ulti.
Ember Spirit's out of the Remnant. Yes, they throw out the RP. That's going to be a nightmare to try and save him. Sumail's out of mana. Sumail's dead, and they're going to lose Sven as well. Anna with a double kill for his team. Only got the one kill. Godlike streak on Arteezy is ended as S4 does not have forward time, and the Blade Fury is just going to look to chase him down. Jarrett with the stuns. His buyback coming into play there.
Should go straight into Roche Pit. They still have a healing ward.
I'm not angry. I'm
EG, they got
disappointed.
way too confident there with Pugna, who had no buyback, Grimstroke as well. But with one good Echo Slam and Anna with ulti, also Ember Spirit had no remnants to fall back to.
They used so much of their control to kill the rest of OG that Anna, he was nightmared up there, but they didn't have any follow-up stuns. Right? Arteezy was either out of mana or just didn't have his Stormhammer up, because Anna, the second that nightmare wore off, just Blade Fury back safely, re-engaged, and destroyed them with the RP.
Yeah, and with the Scotty, this is one of the best items you can get against the Sven.
Yeah.
Also, he's sitting on 40 plus armor on Juggernaut, so Sven can't really focus him down. Almost 3,000 HP.
3,000 plus gold on Jarrett's as well. He managed to end Arteezy's godlike streak, got 1,300 gold, and he's filthy rich. He did have to buy back, so this is where you have Aegis on OG's side, but you've got to be careful. Earthshaker, Pugna, no buybacks. Anna, though, in the front lines with an Aegis, he is going to be the one that looks to just break the high ground. So even though Anna's got buyback, they still give him the Aegis because of the style of play that we'll be seeing from OG, where they want to have this jug. He's the one sieging. He's the one that benefits most from an Aegis.
They could wait for that butterfly and then go siege the high ground. It's a really big item. He's getting close to it. Only needs 1,500 gold to finish it.
Butterfly coming soon. Also, the Jug's 25, so with all this armor on Jug, this doesn't feel like the Sven is going to match up against him. He has got a Bloodthorn queued up on Arteezy, so a way of dealing with some of that evasion, but careful. Sumail spotted by this Observer Ward. Are they going to hunt him? I think that may be the call. Can they chain stun him? Jarrett's.
Oh, he was about to blink in and echo, but the blink got cancelled in Light Slide. Bottom lane is being pushed in.
Go back and push this one out.
The one thing I noticed from the yesterday is that a lot of safe lane towers are being killed 20, 25 plus minutes in. Look, OG's tier 1 tower on top still standing. And they just killed the safe lane tower on the bottom.
Yeah, it's just not a priority to play around that part of the map. Here you go, Anna. He gets the butterfly level 24.5. He may wait for level 25 before they go for the high ground push. Aegis still with 3 minutes left on it, so good healthy window for him to keep on farming for a minute or two if they want to, but Shaker's actually staying up top. OG's laying a trap. They're going to show a lot, well, not really showing these heroes, but maybe they're expecting to be scouted up by a ward or something. They're showing the Jug, so I think the expectation is that this top lane is a safe lane to push, but eventually Jarrett's
was there. There was a huge creep wave. If someone overcommitted, he could have gotten a solo kill.
No one on EG was willing to go for that tower. I think recognizing, you know, if this Shaker is not strong on the map, if you don't see Shaker, you can't really go for that push. Even now, they're like hiding in the trees, and Arteezy only blinks out because he's got several teammates, including the Abaddon behind him to save his life. King's mid though. OG want to go high ground. They see Arteezy's fan top, and this is where like, well, if they're going to be top, we got to force them back. Keep EG honest. Make sure they don't play out on the map. You want to force them to defend. And EG may just have to give up this Rax. With the news, it looks like they want to try and defend this one. S4 gets stunned up. He's going to lose his entire mana pool. The borrowed time force out as well. So now there's a 50-second window with it on cooldown, and Anna Phantom. Doesn't actually dodge the stun, it finds him afterwards, but he's more than okay with this Butterfly Aegis. He's just going to take out this melee rack uncontested, essentially.
Sven is dealing no damage to him. The mischance from Butterfly, and now he's sitting at 50 armor, 49.
And they're just going to swing bottom. They say, let's just do that again, right? If they can't defend mid, what's to say they can defend bottom? But if you're EG, you do not want to go down a second melee racks. That's where this game gets very difficult to play.
Abaddon needs to be close, but maybe needs to stand a bit further behind because they're just popping his borrowed time every single time the fight starts.
Plus one
They're
second
going all
Omni
in.
duration, yeah.
Bloodthorn on Sven.
Wants to be able to deal with this Jug. Jug just hit level 25 though, so an extra second of Omni Slash. Usually you often see that extra health, but I think he just feels tanky enough as it is, and once that ability is just Omni Slash the Sven. Oh, gets gone with the Bloodthorn, but there's an Instamanta. Anna pops the Blade Fury, he's going to force RTZ back on the back lines. It was actually the Ember Spirit who initiated it. He's forced his defensively Remnant out of there. He's low on mana though, Sumail's going to be careful. Waddling back up to try and take this fight. Anna with the Lotus Orb bounces the stun back from the Sven. Aegis lasted for 30 more seconds here. Anna, Nightmare is on him and he wants to take it off. Doesn't look like it. Seb just throws out an Empower. Sven popping the God Strength here. Is he going to go in?
Use the Bloodthorn on him.
Yeah, he's going to look to take out Anna's first life. Is he even got the damage for it? There we go. They pop the Aegis. That Aegis was expiring in 15 seconds anyways. Can they take this fight? Now Anna immediately Blade Furies on the backlines. They've lost crit. So that's the big kill. They were looking maybe for a Dark Willow Terrorize onto Anna. Say's going to be forced to buy back. Anna with the Low Orb still in the front lines here. Arteezy can't really throw out that stun unless he's willing to commit a BKB. Does Anna go for this melee racks or do OG play it safe?
Bringing something on Jug. Alright, they're giving it.
Jeez, yeah.
He's making.
You've got to burst
This
him.
Lotus Orb is doing God's work because Sven can't really throw
He's
it
out of
down.
mana. Sven, he's down to 150 mana. He can't actually take this fight, even if they don't kill him. Arteezy's forced back to the Fountain, so I think OG may try and take this rack. The problem is no one can really wake him up. If Magnus wakes him up, he probably dies for it. So we'll let Anna take the racks here. He's got Blade Fury if you want to use it now, but Seb hiding in the trees. He gets the RP on the backline. The Skewer in forward. They're going to throw it on Omnislash. Arteezy does get the BKB up, but he's dying.
It's a dieback.
Arteezy's been bashed up as well. It's a dieback. He's beyond godlike. Anna absolutely destroys them on the backline. Sumail, he's trying to do what he can. He's gone in 1 versus 3. He's lost his Willow. That's a dieback from Crit as well. And Sumail is in all sorts of trouble. EG running out of lives. They're just all dead. They're soul bound up. 2 of them linked together. The Skewer going to push them as well. And it looks like EG, they're down to their last lives here. They buy back on the Ember Spirit. S4 gets taken as well. He's got no buyback. Jerix is invids in the backlines with the Shadow Blade. He stuns up to once, gets the second stun as well. That's an instant dieback from him, and I think this is GG. EG have been 2-0'd by their nemesis. OG take them out once again. It's a bit of deja vu from the last time these teams met at TI.
OG's understanding of the game can be shown in this series. Sums it up. The way they're playing the map, the boarding, everything.